My bad. I'm gonna wait until reset, right? Surely. 3 hours? Yeah, I'll just wait till reset. Wait, is there any new events? No. Okay. Hello, MK. Hello, Mythical Butterfly. You got Tribbie? Oh, unless you're talking about the story. I got Tribbie first pull. How did your summons go? I don't want to talk about it, man. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't want to talk about it. Mine is ice and Chinese for some reason. Yeah. Mine had red hair, and for some reason had the erudition symbol. But Tribbie also has red hair, so that must mean that I got Tribbios and not Tribbie. So yeah, unlike all of you fools who couldn't get Tribbios, I got her. It's okay. Gabby took me 160 pulls. Yeah, the issue is I really want E1. That's kind of the problem I'm facing right now. Where I don't give a shit about Tribbie at E0S0, but I do give a shit at E1S0. So, yep. That's why I put Tribbie pulls on the video title, or the stream title, because I will be pulling Tribbie in this stream. Damn, that sucks bullets. At least I lost. Like, I lost the 50-50 at 28 pity, I think. 28 pity was when I lost the 50-50, so it wasn't, like, that bad. But, like, then after that, I put in 71 pulls, and I still don't get Tribbie early. It's like, I'm putting in 100 pulls for an E0 Tribbie that isn't what I want at all. And then if I lose another 50-50 and go pity both times, there's literally a chance I'm not able to afford Castress or her light code, which is absolutely diabolical. My day, you're gonna have to work with what you have to work with, man. If this was my main account, I'd give you some better options, but hey, it is what it is. You're using attack scale and harmony Robin, even though it doesn't do shit for you, alright? Just deal with it. At least you're guaranteed Castress? No, I'm pulling Tribbie. I'm wasting my guarantee on an E0 Tribbie so that I can get E1 Tribbie. Yesterday, I said I wasn't going to go for Tribbie anymore because I thought E1 Sunday was like that guy. But it turns out E1 Sunday's 40% defense shred for the Dragon for casters is like a 34% overall damage increase. And even though numbers wise, this is better than Tribbie's because hers is 24%, Tribbie focuses the AoE damage that Caster's Dragon does on the highest HP target, which is way more valuable because I'm pretty sure her dragon is like full equal AoE. Meaning if there's 5 mobs on field, I get 120% more overall damage on the boss. That is why I really want E1 Tribbie right now. If there's like 2 or more mobs on field, E1 Tribbie is more valuable than E1 Sunday. Yeah, Caster's dragon is sick. Like I told you guys they were gonna go all out for the anniversary unit, and they did. Every single animation that she has is better than anything else in this game. E1 or Lycone for Castris? Lycone. Because all of her free-to-play options, unrespectfully, are complete shit. Like, complete shit, man. This is the problem with Remembrance. I feel like they literally only made Remembrance to fucking scuff people out of using other path lycones for characters. Do you think it's worth going for Castris and Sunday? Yeah, I do. I do. But make sure you have enough pulls to pull Hyacine. Because I do think Hyacine will make Sunday's value on a Castris team higher. Because if you're like able to sustain your team, basically all the time, completely free, like every time you action advance Castris, your team gets HP back, then I think Hyacine would be a best in slot. No, Remembrance is scamming. Now, I wouldn't care so much, right? If they didn't already introduce characters that weren't Remembrance that also had summons. But literally all they did was change summons to memo sprites and then make an entire new path based off of that. I think that is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. Nice, DK. I'm proud of you. Oh, wait, I should have healed my day. What a fucking... Wow. Actually, this doesn't do anything for my day, right? Oh, never mind. There is a crit damage boost, I guess. Should I use Sunday with Castris or Tribbie with Castris? Sunday I think has more value than Tribbie. Unless you get E1 Tribbie. That's a different story. I mean, honestly, preferably, you can use both as well. Like, you can use Tribbie plus Sunday or RMC plus Sunday once Hyacine releases, and you'd be in the clear, honestly. The only reason I'm, like, iffy on RMC plus Sunday is because, like, you're giving even more action advance outside of Sunday already action advancing a million times. So, like, I don't know how that'll work without your team dying. You'd have to, like, it's doable, right? Like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but you probably have to really work around that with that much action advance. What do you think about Castris's unconditional universal revive on your account? I think it is the worst thing to ever happen to this game. Oh, nice, Shirayuki. Nice. That's really good. Same temple, E1 Tribbie. Hey, I'm happy for you. It's nice to see some people get lucky after I got unlucky. At least my luck went somewhere else. But yeah, Castris's revive thing is way too dangerous. Not because of her revive, but because of the fact that this likely means, in all likelihood, right? Like, if they're only giving the real big hitters of the patches or versions like this shit, Phanon would 100% have something like that as well for something different. And then Cyrene would also have something like that. So, like, if it ends up, like, a revive barely matters, right? Because that revive requires you to actually, like, heal or shield the character, meaning, like, this doesn't work for sustainless runs basically at all. Like, your character will still stay dead. But if we get future characters who give, like, plus 12% attack or give some percent of crit value, it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's when it actually starts getting a little dangerous, or like damage boost or something like that. They're 100% not giving casters for free crowing. There's just a 0% chance. Because according to other people, they already did this in High 3. High 3 has something similar to this called like Divine Keys or some shit. Where like some characters give your overall account even if you don't have them on the team a buff. So it's like they've literally done this before in their other Honkai game. Is Sunday best in slot for Castris? In my opinion, yes. I think with Hyacine 100%, right now it's between like him and RMC. It's way more minor than this. Oh, yeah. I read a lot of comments that say that Sunday's not good with Castris, and those people are idiots. Like, just don't listen to those comments, Abby. Almost every single one of Castris's best clears on YouTube right now are all with Sunday. All of them. There's not a. I don't think there's a single one, unless maybe it's like a Tribbie plus RMC. And this is considering that Sunday is currently nerfed for Castris, because he action advances a little too often, leading to like issues with HP. But like this would obviously be gone with Hyacine. Mm. Yeah, Tribbie and RMC is 100% like very common as well. Yeah. But one thing I will say, E1 Tribbie makes an insane difference on Castris' team. Like not even a little, it makes an insane difference. Like I saw a 2 cost 0 cycle for Castris like before I turned on the stream with E0S0 Castris. I'm already assuming they used the Battle Pass Lycone, and that's why it says S0. But I'm pretty sure they used that 2 cost on E1 Tribbie, which is, I imagine that it'll be Sunday plus another character as Tribbie. Yeah, E0 S0 Tribbie is worse than RMC in my opinion. It's when you get E1 Tribbie that she's like really, really broken for Castris. Because not only are you draining like a max HP scaling character, but you're also getting that 120% damage increase on a single target to the boss. Oh wait, sorry. Sorry, not E1 Tribbie plus E0 Castris. I got that wrong. Castris Lycone or Sunday Lycone? For Castris specifically, like if you're trying to build a Castris team with Sunday in it, you do not need Sunday's Lycone. Like it would actually be better to go for Sunday's E1 than it would be go for his Lycone for Castris. But overall, like if you plan on putting your Sunday outside of a Castris team in the future, probably the Lycone. Yeah, Castris' Lycone is like another My Day Lycone situation, I'm not gonna lie. But even My Day had a better free to play option with the event with the Rappa Lycone. Yeah, Cassius does not have a good free-to-play Lycone alternative right now. Wonder what Hoyo's gonna do with Phanon if Rice has animations like this. I think Phanon probably will have worse animations. Because if we look at like Firefly versus Acheron, which I kind of think is like the same for Casters versus Phanon, I do think they went a little more out for like Acheron's ult compared to like Firefly's animations. So I do think Phanon will have the second best animations in the game, but I do think Casters will have just straight up the best. Like, for some reason, they just put a lot of focus into the Annie units. And then after that, like, other characters just kind of follow behind a little.
Found you.
Tribbie is such a bait. Yeah, I agree Tribbie is bait because of the E1.
There's no need to worry. His soul is in a state of greatest fear in the depths of his heart. It is one of the culprit. Nobody knows where it came. Those who succumb to it, according to Naya. But now,
So,
you know very well, as the successor to Krymnos, mighty, you know better than anyone.
Holy spoilers, bro. I haven't done story yet.
Strife.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to do. Nobody dies in this game anyways? Yeah, basically. Unless you're a 13-year-old named Gallagher.
I'd love to go in and take a look.
But mostly it's just the unimportant side characters. Oh my fucking god, they still don't have voices, man. I'm not gonna blame the voice actors because I'm pretty sure they're on like a strike because of Hoyo trying to use AI to replicate them. But man. My Tribbie E1S1 and my Sunday E1S1 makes my E1S1 Aglaya hit 1 million. Yeah, I imagine, man, that would be absolutely insane.
I'm sorry. That was rude of me.
Story 7 hours. Good luck, man. I mean, I'm not gonna do it all on stream. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably do like a quarter of it on stream. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing new. The last story was like, what, like 9 or 10 hours, and if you like skipped really quick, like 4 or 5.
Regrettably, give me some time to I once was therein. But we'll talk again later.
People keep saying the global buff is also an MOC, but where's the proof? There's proof on the Honkai Star Rail leak Reddit. There's already been showcases of people getting the revive in MOC.
Thank you. The person I'm looking for is probably in the hot bath. I should go take a look.
Actually, no. Guys, is Tribbie in this story? Do you ever play as Tribbie in this story? No? Alright. I mean, guys, like, the leakers literally can data mine everything. Like, why are we, like... You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen at least like multiple videos at this point and multiple MOCs where like some character dies and then they do get the revive. Like it's just 100% happening. It's just gonna work that way. Like you guys are going against what the like pretty much all leakers have agreed upon, and they all have access to the files in this game. Like it just is in the game. They already said it.
Have you ever been to you were all born, never even
Like there was literally only one guy who I believe isn't even a leaker himself who was saying maybe by his own speculation that he didn't think Hoyo would be greedy enough to add that to endgame modes. However, he then got information from someone who actually has the beta and can like look in the information and all that stuff that that in fact is in like all endgame modes and everything like that. It ain't surviving beta anyways, bro. They made an entire UI for it. If you think they don't want to make it like all the way through the beta, they do. If they really wanted to, nobody would be able to do shit about it even if they complained about it. And they very clearly have already invested some time into making it like a real thing. Yeah, Kiwi, exactly. Like there's genuinely a decent chance it survives. Yeah, that's what they said, yeah. They said it was in every single mode except for Pokemon, the Pokemon mode, which is like Ethereum Wars, and something else. So, like, any events where you're not exactly using any characters and you're just using, like, some weird ass, event thingy, like, it's not in there. But everything else, it is.
there he is. It's the Crown Prince of Castro Criminals.
High 3 was never this popular, though? Yeah, exactly. They'd make even more money if they added that shit to this game. Imagine seeing Imagine, right? You didn't plan on pulling Phanon, right? Because you just pulled the entire Caster's comp. You pulled Hyacine in 3.3. You're fucking broke. You want to save for Cyrene. And then you see Phanon gives a global attack buff or crit buff or damage boost buff. You are going to feel the FOMO. 100%. 100% you're going to feel that FOMO.
What in Akama is happening? To what do I owe the Matter of. Let's talk somewhere else
No, why would I quit the game, Wizard?
about the
I'm not going to quit the game over it. What? I think it's absolutely stupid and predatory, but I'm not going to quit it. Like, I was pulling Casters either way. I mean, not on my main account. Like, even if Casters has that fucking global revive shit, I'm still not pulling Casters on my main account. Fuck that. I'd rather pull, like, Phanon or something instead. And Rob was already planning to go for Casters anyways. Alright, wait. I want to wait a little. Maybe I get like some playable character. I should have done it with my day earlier and then I'd do polls. Caster's gameplay looks interesting. It looks fun as shit. I also think the thing is, in my opinion, she has the highest ceiling in the entirety of the game. Because if like you get Hyacine and you're able to have like max HP on all your teammates every turn Casters takes, like she's doing a million in her best in slot team at like E0S1 every turn. Like every fucking turn with Sunday. That she's hitting like a million with the dragon. Like right now, she is very obviously being like kinda hard capped by like the sustains in this game. Right? There just isn't any sustain that can like really perfectly sustain that team at all. But I do think with high scene releases, that is gonna be when you actually feel the power creep. I'm not gonna lie. Unless they nerf her or something. Damn, E2 Herda equals E0 Castris was meant to be a joke. I told you. I told you, bro. Like, I literally said this when I pulled Herda, that there's genuinely a good chance E0, like, S1 Castris is as strong, if not stronger, than E2 S1 Herda. Like, I knew this shit was gonna happen, bro. Why pull Tribbie when Castris' best team is Sunday and RMC? Because of E1 Tribbie. Castris is Dragon. His enhanced skill is completely equal AoE. So, if you're going against like 2 or more mobs on field, it is literally better than Sunday's 40% defense shred for the Dragon on his E1. And then the more enemies you add on field, the even higher the single target damage gets for the highest HP mob on field. E0 Tribbie isn't really all that. She's good for sure, but she isn't all that. But it's E1 Tribbie that's like, you know what I'm saying? Even E0 as 0 Tribbie works though, by the way, guys. Like if you have DDD, like I've seen a video of E0 0 Castris, E0 0 Tribbie hit a 0 cycle. Now, yes, this is Castris' shield ass MOC in like 3.2, so keep that in mind. But even an E0 0 Tribbie has value. It's just that E1 Tribbie is one like it gets pretty crazy, you know what I'm saying? E1 S0 my day or E0 S1? E0 S1. I'd probably get the E1 on a rerun or something. Does Anoxa need his light cone? Not really. So unlike Casterus, Anoxa is actually getting like a free to play like 4-star option. I think in an event in 3.2 that is kind of similar to his signature light cone, but obviously not as good. But you do have a free to play option for Anoxa. E1 Tribbie or S1 Castris? It really depends on how many mobs are on field. I mean, obviously, overall, it would be way better to get E1 Tribbie. Like, if we're not including, like, just Castris team performance, Tribbie is a Harmony. And her E1 is universal with, like, any DPS in the game. To be honest, literally, most likely, there will be no one else in this game who can take advantage of Castris' Sig. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'd much more recommend E1 Tribbie over an S1 Castris. Although S1 Castris might be like an overall bigger damage boost. I'm not completely sure. Yeah, Harmony Eidolons, especially like with Castris specifically, E1 Tribbie plus E1 Sunday is pretty gross. Like, it is really gross with E1 Sunday plus E1 Tribbie on a Castris team. Yeah, Winset is best in slot for an Ox, I'm pretty sure. Hyacine Leakers. Yup. Leakers. Look at Hyacine. Her hair is pink. Yep. People have been calling her like Barbara. They've all been calling her Barbara as a troll. Whoa, talk about lag. Her design is mid. Hey, I don't give a shit so long as she's good with my casters. That's all that matters.
Plus, I've heard you're also children of the distant skies. Fate must have brought us together. Can we be friends? I'd love to hear your tales of the sky. And oh, it's a rare occasion that Akuma presents.
Oh my god, I can't skip it until she finishes talking. Are we serious?
Esteemed guests of Akuma, please believe me when I say that this gift carries no hidden agendas. As for the matter of the alliance, you need not give me an answer here and now.
Do you think Phaedon will be crazier than Castress? Probably not. I think they'll be about equal. I think, once again, I think this is an Acheron Firefly situation. Like, Castress basically breaks the ceiling for a DPS in this game. And then after that, we get another DPS who follows the same strength. And then after that, we usually get new DPSs that are a little stronger. Now, Yun Li is the exception to this in 2.x. But I'm mostly talking about like Fei Xiao, Rappa, you know what I'm saying?
Known as the Twilight, many of the Chrysos heirs suffer.
But what I'm really good at is helping people sort out what ails their mind and spirit. If you're ever feeling troubled, come. Well, it looks like everything's sorted out now.
What path is Phaedon? Apparently physical destruction.
I think it's fine with you to keep you and Akuma as it happens. Akuma intends.
Sounds peaceful.
No need to fret. We will. But I happen to have.
Why is Yun Li the exception? Because she's the weakest out of all the 2.x DPSs. Like, she wasn't, like, stronger than Acheron or Firefly. She's just the weakest.
If you're not keen on just
That's a wonderful
in that case, this tool.
She was literally like a filler DPS, basically. Alright. Surely I get E1 Tribbie, right? Surely I get E1 Tribbie right here. 100%. 110 pull, E1 Tribbie. Now, don't get excited over there being a 5-star, by the way. I'm pretty much guaranteed at this point. So, it's like not anything special. Yeah, I literally went like 70 pity deep yesterday in a video. So, oh my god, guys, oh my god. Oh my god, we got a Tribbie in 110 pull. Oh my god, even won the 50-50. Oh my goodness, can you imagine that? Surely I get in early. Surely I get in early. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on, please. Please, please. Please.
Everyone needs some time alone. Hook's ready to find the next treasure.
Nice. Achievements, I knew it. What about this? Can I get jades from this? Swiper, no swiping. I want to do like one full 10 pull. We've reached single pull territory? Nah, not yet, not yet. Mem denying you that 160. Oh man. Like I need E1 Tribbie bad, guys. If I lose another 50-50 for E1 Tribbie, I don't know. Casterus might be cooked, and I just run E1 Tribbie plus E1 S1 Robin on Phanon Loki. Oh wow, there's even more. Yup, yup, yup. E1 Tribbie or E1 Robin? E1 Tribbie. Oh, saved, saved. Oh my goodness, saved. Give it to me. Give it to me. Well, is what it is. I'm gonna go to pity again. Oh my god, man. I'm going to fucking pity again, man. Again.
Look, we've already come so far.
It's all good, guys. It's all good. I don't mind going to pity. It's just the fear of going to pity and then losing. You know, that's the actual issue for me. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, we got a single standard banner pull though. Wait. Okay, I saw it wrong. I saw it wrong. I forgot the colors are more dull on the ticket for the standard banner. I thought that was a 5-star. The 4-stars are really ass this time again. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is probably the worst banner for me to be dumping my pulls on because every single 4-star I am never going to use. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with getting any 4-stars to be honest. Because the earlier I'm able to like get a shit ton of E6 4-stars on this account, the faster I'm able to get more pulls out of 4-stars as well. So I do look forward to that. I mean, it'll probably take me around a year or more, but
Is Brittany, Cassie, and as a healer,
I understand.
Trian believes who? Everybody, follow Trian! Fly, fly, fly away from Akuma!
just think of how hard Rice Cooker is going to hit with Casters. Yeah. I mean, even if I lose the 50-50, I'm basically guaranteed, guys. Because this is a new account. I have level awards, Divergent Universe. I still haven't done half my chests or half my trotters on the map. Side quest. Like, I'm 100% getting this shit no matter what. But I would have rather, you know, I would rather win the 50-50. That way I can maybe go for like E0 S1 Casters and then Hyacine and then Phanon for my second team. Like I used my Phanon with E1 S1 Robin plus that so-called Remembrance support that we're supposed to get in like 3.4 or 3.5.
It's hard not to like, after spending the last
Yeah, Shira Yuki. It makes a big difference when you have like almost all 4-stars E6. My main account is only missing like 2 4-stars that aren't E6. And it makes a huge difference in pulls. Because sometimes you get decently lucky, right? You might get 2 or 3 4-star characters and like 110 pull. That's literally like a 30% pull refund. So I'll gladly take it. skipping all this mid for Phaedon and Ceredra. Nice. I wish you luck. I don't know if I'd exactly call Castris mid, but hey, subjective. Have you seen the new Harmony path on the new DU? Does it make sense why it's only for break, but my Firefly will love that? Genuinely, I don't know. I guess it's just like a little more break chill.
There should still be a... Maybe everybody's...
This place is too quiet.
Everybody, get across to the other side! The entrance on the other side. What could it be?
That Dragon, yeah, like okay, I'm not talking about like necessary character design alone, but like animations wise, like when you're calling Castris mid, you're kind of calling like everything about her mid,
The courtyard of Storky should
which is like just nowhere near true. You know what I'm saying?
Not bad at all.
as I expected.
Not to mention that this...
I think I saw something that the new DU gives 4,500 jades total. I'm pretty sure. So that's like what? It's like over 20 pulls, like on the later half of 20.
I have an idea.
You also get like wishful resin and self modeling and stuff.
Oh, Nestia. With Wet as my back. This is... If I'm...
Oh my bad, the video I saw said 3.5k. Maybe it is 3.5k, but I think I remember 4.5. Could be wrong.
Are they...
I mean, either way, 3.5 is like what, 22 pulls?
These are shadows.
So that's still good.
Strictly speak, however.
Although, by the way, guys, if anyone didn't know, the DU Jade count is included in this patch's like overall free-to-play pulls of the videos you guys probably saw. So if you don't do Divergent Universe, you're actually only getting like 86 or 85 pulls this patch. They like purposely nerfed the overall Jades in the patch and then just included DU, slapped DU in there to like get the 100 average. This is easy, right? Yeah. Yeah, like they do this quite often. They nerf the amount of Jades you get in a patch, and then they do that.
Not bad at all.
Boom! That gets 5 big booms.
Is becoming more and more intense. There.
Oh, we got the Genshin fucking cubes here.
No. This is a creation. Everybody, stay. Should we...
3.2 will probably be 120. Because according to the leakers, we're only getting an extra 20 pulls in the anniversary patch. So that's pretty much all you should expect. Wait. I'm not using the right team because it replaced my shit with my day. Nice.
As expected, the words
120 for free to play? Yeah.
cloak. Harmony and
Seems humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Yeah, it's 30 more for monthly plus battle pass.
needed it. Little Gray. To think the black. I'm afraid a world with. I'm looking at this map,
Is there a reason you play on Asia servers?
but
This is my friend's account. He quit the game. He gave me this account because my other main account was like hella scuffed and I had no motivation to play the game at the time. So in like like near the end of 2.4, he basically just gave me this account. And then because this account is on Asia, I decided to make my alt account also on Asia because that way I can do dailies on both accounts at the exact same time. So that's basically what happened. Like I originally wanted to make my alt account North America, but I realized like, oh, this is gonna fuck up the daily times, like compared to Asia. So I decided to just make one Asia and have matching time periods.
Please let them know that. Oh, and
They set off.
I pray for them. I know that man.
Is this?
No, I'm being serious. With it, they may have even prepared.
You mean
It's 25 pulls, not 30. What do you mean?
Strife is as yet unclaimed.
Monthly pass gives you 23 pulls in, I believe, a patch.
Opportunity.
all right?
Not for now.
And then battle pass is 7 or 8.
It's likely.
So it ends up being like 30 or 31.
Everything will be fine. The people at the grove were really how should I put it? Lady Aglaya does, despite being during our regulars. Men? Triana's men. Yes.
Oh, are we talking about the rewards? It's technically 30 pulls total, but we're only getting an increase of 20 pulls.
Good idea.
Which is, I believe we're getting 10 more pulls on the weekly, like, thing that gives you free limited pulls every patch. And then we're also getting 10 more free from mail with, like, 10 fuel. And that's basically it.
Of course, we know that. Remember.
Hail shop reset? Yep. Yeah, I think Castrus is fine as is, considering she doesn't have Hyacine, and I have like the slight, a slight hunch. Hyacine will probably do something with max HP, and that would probably increase damage quite a lot for the max HP skillers. That's just a hunch, though. I'm not sure. It's not like they added it to an MOC buff a few patches before a new 3.x sustain drops. Just a hunch. Why are you going for E1 Tribbie when you don't have a single limited main DPS? Because vertical investment in supports is way better than vertical investment in DPSs. So I don't actually have an issue getting E1 S1 Robin and then getting E1 Tribbie and then probably getting that Remembrance support that's also supposed to be around 3.5 because I can make any DPS in this game clear with those type of supports. Now, I will pull Castris. So Castris will be my first limited DPS. After Castris, probably going to be Phanon. We'll see.
Can't open it.
Global buff is a good idea for permanent relevance in someone's account. Nah.
Yes.
Nah, I just don't think it should be a thing at all. Like, it sounds like a good idea, but then they'll start basing endgame content and shit like that. Like, they'll scale the endgame content off of, like, once those global buffs become more powerful. Like, that is always how Hoyo works. It looks good in hindsight, but when you actually look any further, it'll just not be a good thing at all.
Miss. Professor Alexa?
Are you gonna pull fake collab or not? Probably not.
It is located at the top of the giant.
So the two DPS options for Rob right now are Phanon or Heistlins. Heistlins will probably be able to take advantage of an E1S1 Robin just fine. So if I'm not able to afford Phanon's best in slot team on Rob, I might go for Phanon's best in slot team on my main account instead. And then go for Heistlins on this one. I mean, person, once again, they will scale the endgame content to not make these global buffs feel as strong in endgame in the future. This is just hindsight. Like, sure, when the character first releases, that global buff could be an absolute game changer for a few patches. However, then there's a future character with an even better global buff, and then, oh, this guy, he's a must pull. He gives you 10% crit rate for your entire team. 100% pull him. Like, it's just an endless cycle of better, 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 and then it's just not good.
I'm afraid that some.
I mean, they're not going to give older characters a global buff. Like, this is the thing. Like, if they really wanted to give characters, they're not even giving Aglaia or Herda, who is a fucking Emanator, a global buff. Like, let's be honest here, guys. The only people who are getting global buffs in 3.x are probably Phanon and Cyrene, outside of Castris, if that were to make it into the game. Like,
Let's go check it out.
it's only a select few characters, which makes it incredibly dangerous. Like,
Looks good.
I don't even need to, like, tell you guys what will happen. The second we get a global buff that is better than Castris's, where, like, you don't need to heal or shield them, but, like, they just straight up get a free revive or a whole team gets free revives. Because in this case, sustainless teams would literally be completely fucking broken, right? Like, that when you think of it that way, it's like, yeah, this shit shouldn't make it into the game at all. Because you pull one character who gives your entire team global revives, and sustainless teams become absolutely fucking diabolical. Is this a puzzle? Do I actually have to pay attention? Person, I really just don't know what line of thinking you're using. Like, at all. Because 100% those global buffs will be power crept in the future. That is the actual issue. That is the actual issue. No, old characters with shitty global buffs would still have shitty use compared to the newer characters who have way better global buffs. It's like, you know, like why would you? It's literally a Sparkle situation all over again. Sparkle is a limited harmony. She's gonna give almost any team you run on your account, some buffs, some useful buffs, right? But Sunday is literally direct power creep, so she has zero pull value. It's going to be the exact same situation in the future when there are characters with significantly better global buffs overall than an old character who's giving you like 5% attack versus the new character who's giving your entire team 5% or 10% crit rate. And once again, they aren't doing this for every new character. That is another glaring issue. It is only a select few characters that are important to the story that are actually getting this buff.
Regardless of what. Such a lively little. Who are you? The scent.
Since you are awake,
Just call me.
be careful. We're about to come into chat working tester.
Do you mind if I.
That would be rather however,
A pop quiz?
what was the topic?
Is a flying error.
Who was your representative?
Medea.
Who won?
Nobody won. What I just mentioned happened during Anaxa the New Spoke.
Karuko, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. They've already data mined everything. There was even like people who talk about leaks on Twitter, known people who talk about leaks. They asked them, "Hey, is this just for like outside or is this also Endgame?" And this guy didn't even believe that it was an Endgame. However, he was very clearly told by leakers it works in everything except for Ethereum Wars. Anything where you can use actual characters in, it is absolutely like active in there. Like it just does not matter. Like there is even a clip of it being used on Anaxa and like a replicated MOC. Like these leakers already know. They said it just doesn't work in Ethereum Wars and it works in literally everything else that the game has to offer. They didn't specify, they did. Like I think it's Dim Breath on Twitter. He said yesterday that he asked the leaker and the leaker told him that it works in everything except for Ethereum Wars. Yeah, I know. Dim is one of the most reliable people in the entirety of like this entire thing. For some reason it's not loading Dim Breath's fucking things on my thing right now. Let's see. Yeah, it's not loading on my PC, so I can't even show it. Just go to Dim Breath on Twitter. He talked about this yesterday. It should still be on his Twitter. He talked to the leakers himself after saying he didn't believe it was an Endgame, and the leakers told him, hey, it's in everything except for Ethereum Wars.
Is that the chamber of purifying tears?
You have a good memory.
Why exactly did you...
My intention. See that all the
I mean, guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you all.
We can retrieve it.
A global buff is basically completely useless outside of Endgame. Like, in reality, like, even outside of the leaker straight up just telling us, like, a 10% attack buff outside of Endgame is, like, legit completely fucking useless. Like, if we're all being honest, all story mode content in this game and event content is very easily clearable. No one would give a shit about a global buff that did not work in Endgame, which all the more makes it like more confirmed in my head they are trying to make this Endgame focused, because that is probably the main priority here. They wouldn't have invested money into like making an AI or a UI and already planning for multiple characters to get this as well if they didn't want it to actually be like a big seller, right? A big reason for people to pull. Oh, I need this probably. Oh, wait. Was I supposed to go on it myself? Wait. Yeah. My bad. Um. Oh, lily pad. Oh, shit. I got stuck by the stupid flying bug.
Resonate all together. Stars echo.
The thing is, they aren't gonna do that, person. Like, this is the thing. You're like in a wonderland, right? A fantasy world where like you're like, "Oh, equality for all characters. All characters deserve this." I agree. If they gave all characters these buffs, it would be fine. However, the sad reality is a select few limited characters are going to be the only ones to get this buff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is the actual reality of the situation. It'll be like Casterus, Phanon, Cyrene, and then maybe like one more at most, right? And if you don't pull those characters, you're losing out on some maybe important stats that could have helped you a lot in clearing endgame. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Flowers,
Oh, do I need to go to this thing? Ow. Can I not cross this? Actually, let me get the chest real quick. Do I just need to do this? Nope. I think I need to move the thing. Alright. Oh, whoops. No matter how much you complain, just wait for V5. That is probably the worst advice I've ever heard. Because if you were to just wait for V5 and not complain, they'd literally take that as, oh, no one's complaining about it. Let's just fucking add it to the game.
How smart.
There has to be a chest back here, right? No. I'm talking about that guy not complaining in general. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. CN is pissed about it. I mean, who would it be, man? Like, people did, like, anyone can see it, right? Like, anyone can see it, what Hoyo would do with that shit in the future. Like, anyone with half a brain can instantly realize, hey, this shit might end up going terribly for us in the future if we don't complain about it right now. Do you already pull Tribbie? Yeah. I used my guarantee. Basically like 100 plus pulls for Tribbie. And I think I'm like 40 pity deep right now. 30 or 40. So probably not going to get her this stream, but I will try to get E1 in a little bit. Oh wait, this hasn't accounted my new thing yet. I am not 60 pulls deep. I'm not getting S1. Her S1 is completely fucking useless if you have DDD. I have no reason to go for her S1. I just want her E1. If anything, in like some comps, DDD is better than her own like own. So I'd rather just not. You decided to use your guarantee on Tribbie in the end? Yes. Because I saw that Sunday's E1 is actually only a 30% overall damage increase. Like the 40% defense shred on the dragon. And Tribbie's E1 is a 120% increase on single target mob when there's 5 mobs on field. Because I'm pretty sure Castrus's dragon is like pure AoE. Like it doesn't have like selective. So because of that, she gets like the full advantage of an E1 Tribbie. I mean, yeah, Hyacine is going to be the strongest healer in the game probably when she releases. I think she'll have her own niche. Like, obviously, Lingshaw with Break, Avin with, like, Nihility units. Or like, mostly Acheron, to be honest. But, I do think she'll have her own niche. And with the max HP scalers, I do think she's going to give a max HP buff. I don't know how much. I don't know if maybe she's going to give HP return whenever a character or ally gets hit. But she's 100% going to have something for the max HP scalers. To like match that niche. Yeah, overheal as well. I'm pretty sure Castrus benefits from overheal. So I'm gonna be honest, I think Luocha is gonna get like his ass completely beat by Hyacine. Like it's gonna be absolutely diabolical. Especially the fact that you have to run Hyacine on 180 speed. Like I can't, man, I can't. Luocha buffs could be solid though? Not really. Even currently for Castrus, Luocha is like pretty much equal to Gallagher. And then Ling Sha, I believe currently is the best sustain for Castrus right now, if you're able to play that team correctly. No, Hyacine doesn't have a relic set yet, no. I've seen like Zero Ling Sha showcases. Watch Hersher of Sentience. And I've also seen multiple. And there was also a healer comparison that someone did on Reddit. Ling Sha was the best sustain that cleared the fastest. Luocha probably, I'd say, is decently close to Ling Sha still, so it's fine. But like Ling Sha seems to be like the number one for casters. Oh, do I need to stop it? Uh, he was running multiplication? No, that's what I'm saying. But Luocha still performed worse. Like, the light cone change just would have barely done anything. That's the thing. Like, that's why I said he's close to Ling Sha, but he's still worse. Because there are other showcases outside of that comparison where Ling Sha also beats Luocha. Where, like, they actually used Luocha correctly. I did not want to listen to this. If I have Ling Sha, should I pull Hyacine? I mean, if you're not pulling Castris, probably not. But if you're pulling Castris, probably going to want to pull Hyacine. I'm not going to lie. I mean, if we're being fair here, Crowing, if a leaker is playing ass with Luocha, then they're obviously going to play ass with every other sustain too. So, like, in the end, it ends up equaling out if I'm going to be honest.
Lady Trienne. No, Trienne. He's near the cut. Anaxa is indeed.
Yeah, Gallagher is viable with Castris. Because Castris is AoE, and if you hit, like, any enemy that I think Gallagher has inflicted Besotted on, you get, like, heal back for each target on field you hit. So, it's actually really good.
Lady Trienne. The dome of devotion.
Especially if you run something like Tribbie plus RMC plus probably, like, Hyacine or Gallagher, right? Or sorry, Gallagher, because I'm using Gallagher as the example here, plus Castris. Because everyone in that team has an AoE hit, meaning they can all get, like, take advantage of attacking enemies and getting the HP back. Are we serious? Sunday is only average for now. I wouldn't even say he's average. He's good with casters. But the second Hyacine releases, he will be best in slot. Like 100%. It's not even a question. Really? Yes. The only issue Sunday has right now with Castris is he simply action advances way too fast. So, like, Castris can barely get any HP drain out of the team, leading to, like, lower overall damage on most of her turns, unless you play it, like, really optimally. So, Hyacine, if she's actually able to heal every single turn Castris takes, like, keep the team alive with, like, all healthy health, it would be a completely different story. Especially if Hyacine has overheal. Like, Sunday would just skyrocket for her.
I hope for an end to strength in the world.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Oh, this is an easy one. I mean, all of them are easy, to be honest. I just saw one all the way up on the tree over there. Do I really have to get all the way over there? I hope the nerf HP needed for ult and nerf HP. Yeah, I agree, Karuko. I completely agree. I literally said it. I don't want her to get buffed in any way. I think she's fine as is. I just think her performance with Hyacine will 100% be worlds apart compared to without Hyacine. Like, I just have a really, strong feeling about this, and I don't want that to happen, right? I'm fine with her being a best in slot by like 15 to 20%, maybe even 30%. But when it's like your caster clears twice as fast if she has Hyacine, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even Ling Shaw doesn't make that much of a difference for the break teams. Like, even Ling Shaw doesn't, like, make the break team suddenly clear twice as fast. You know what I'm saying?
I have something for you.
Stars echo.
Like, I literally had people in my community post on YouTube because I said Castros was looking good. They're like, she's pretty bad. She's pretty mid. I hope she gets buffed. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are we serious? I'm watching an E0 like S1 Castris and our best in slot team like hit nearly 2 million in one turn with the dragon. If she had Hyacine, she would be able to do that max damage every single fucking turn. Like, there's just no way you think that's bad.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Yeah, like, I feel like not enough people understand this, right? They're comparing Herda with like Tribbie plus Anaxa to like current caster's performance, who does not have like really a single best in slot. Sunday will be a best in slot once what's it called? Who releases Hyacine. But like the second Hyacine releases, I think Hyacine will make a much bigger difference than Sunday. I'm gonna be completely honest, right? If she has overheal, if she has max HP increase, if she can even just sustain better than any other sustain in the game, that alone gives her significantly more damage per cycle than before compared to anyone else.
I snuck one. Hold on. The butterfly of divine mind is gone?
Yeah, the buff on Castris is pretty much completely useless, I'm not gonna lie. But it's more so the precedent it sets for like future characters who might actually give something outside of revive, right? Like, once you start giving like genuine stat buffs, it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if Hyacine released and because she seems to be like very high speed, like imagine Hyacine releases and she increases your team speed in battle by like 6% or some bullshit, right? Like, that's when it starts getting into like actual like problems.
If it's indeed the token mentioned in the legends, there should be.
Castris and Maide are not best in slot. Oh no, I don't think you're talking about best in slot. But yeah, that is a good team, decent team. I would prefer getting Maide with a little more investment though, because he does lose out on a lot of damage without a hyper carry buffer.
Lady Trianne. Oh, great. Nani? The voice seems to be coming from the Star Chase atrium.
there any point in me even pressing space to like restore those stupid ass statues? Yeah, E1S1 My Day with like Castris is a completely different story. Because that E1 plus S1 combo is quite gross. I hate puzzles. No, I think they need to buff Anoxa's light cone. Like, that light cone really isn't all that. And then Anoxa himself is like, I think Jade is currently better than Anoxa. I'm not completely sure, but I do think Jade is currently better than Anoxa. Because his damage is just too low. And they made his ult energy cost higher than like his V0 kit. So he can't even like spam ult all that often to like fully take advantage of the Eagle set. It's like, I don't know what they are exactly trying to do with him. I've been hearing that he's insanely broken. I don't know why. I literally don't know why. Like, whoever's telling you he's insanely broken, he just isn't. He's decent. He's good. He's honestly really similar to Jade level. I'm going to be honest. Like, if you were to just look at his kit, like, when people were looking at his V0 kit, me and other people also thought, like, hey, this looks broken as shit. But, like, when you actually see it in practice, he just doesn't... Like, Jade does way more damage than Anoxa. Like, he just does, or she just does way more damage than him. I mean, no one's saying he's not going to get buffs. No, yes, he probably will. But, like, we're just talking about V1 right now. Yeah, exactly, Matt, exactly. Which is actually kind of funny. Because, like, on paper, Castris was looking ass. She was actually the one being doom posted for being a so-called sub DPS with My Day as a best in slot. Like, no. That doesn't happen unless you have higher investment in casters and higher investment in My Day and higher investment in Tribbie. Like, it's just not a best in slot team. Like, people were doom posting casters saying she's not a main DPS, she can't do main DPS damage numbers. And then they were saying Anoxa was like this godly universal support or sub DPS that could like carry anyone. And then it ended up being opposite. Anoxa was more underwhelming than Casters was. Like, I literally had someone in like coming into my community posts and saying that I was like a clueless lying content creator because I said My Day wasn't gonna be better like Castris' best in slot team. Which it just isn't, man. Like, I don't know what you want me to say, but it just isn't. Oh, that makes it go down. Oh, whoops. Actually, let me open this. Is there something back here? Oh, it just takes me higher. I don't think I have to go there right now. Huh? Oh. When Hyacinth comes out, it may change for sure. I still just don't see it. It could be possible if, like, yeah, the max HP increase is basically the equivalent of a harmony buff to the max HP scalers. So maybe that, but like right now it just isn't the case. I think, like, honestly it's just better to run hyper carry for both of them. I'm gonna be honest. Like, Castress loses out on like half of her damage compared to like Sunday versus no Sunday, or like removing one support, right? And then, like, she also loses out on the action advance as well at the exact same time. I just don't think it's worth it. I think they're both better in hyper carry. I think it's nice though, right? I do think it's nice that you can run My Day and casters just fine, even if it isn't best in slot. I mean, if you put in more Eidolon investment, it'll probably be best in slot. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nice to have that option there for people who maybe wanted to pull for Tribbie and then My Day and then Castris all back to back to back, right? Very small portion of the player base, but hey, it's an option. Basic attack levels. If I'm being honest, the only thing a little worrying about the increase in basic attack levels is Aglaya. I mean, then again, I guess I'm fine with them buffing an older DPS. Well, I say older, but they literally just released like a month ago. But Aglaya would probably receive a noticeable buff from basic attacks and getting more levels up.
According to Calypso. How incredible.
Good buff for Dill as well, really? Yeah, like basic attackers. Yeah. It would be kind of funny if Phanon ended up being a basic I'm not gonna lie, it would be kind of funny. Blade can reach his 300k paradise? Yeah, probably. With Hyacinth, if she gives like max HP increase, yeah, probably. Blade can also take advantage of Robin. If Blade gets a significant enough of a buff when they buff the older characters and he becomes like close to My Day, I actually think it would be like fine to use an E1S1. I'm saying this for my own thing, right? Not E1S1, but like Robin on a Blade team. If you don't have like Tribbie plus, I don't know, Sunday or some shit. I'm noticing FF is struggling lately. Is it just me? There's no one that's fire weak in the endgame. Nothing you can do about it. No fire weakness. And it's AoE targeted.
But now, if the West Wind farewell.
Lady Eclipse.
Thank you so much.
Well, is that your...
Oh, my. I was wondering,
The riddle-like trial, the head of the Latafet,
since you knew from...
because I do not also. To live it... Well,
Oh, the reason I needed your help.
is this threat related to the Black Wind?
Indeed. As I could not do... Indeed. I split it into three. As for the last one, it's currently in a...
What?
Especially that his way of...
Sources. Like, why can't they just make her talk normally, man? I'm gonna be completely honest. We are literally the trailblazer. We are the only person who can actually understand what Mem is saying. So why do I have to deal with Mem?
I just knew. Turn the golden back.
In JP, she sounds like she's slowly learning to speak normally. Oh, I see. So it's not like gonna be a permanent thing. Nice. I guess over time, as patches go on, she becomes smarter and smarter and regains more memories or some shit.
Fierce battle will be inevitable. Don't worry, Trian will protect everyone. Ahead lies the and also. Memmy, what's wrong?
Oh, I see. Oh wait, never mind. That was Trian that said that. I'm stupid. It's his. Yeah, guys, please keep in mind, I have to do this twice. I have to do this 6 to 7 hour main story quest patch, and then I have to do this on my main account as well. Cut me some slack. I do not want to listen to dialogue right now. Oh my god. It's a Noxa. Oh my god.
Cersei's was right.
Plus, I usually end up paying more attention to the story when I do the story off stream. Like I won't do my main account story on stream probably. This cutscene is peak.
Everyone, brace yourself. This must be the hunter reborn from the black tide that the black sword and cloak. The owner of the piece of cloth. The north wind that sent over the deathly fog of Thanatos.
You're not telling them stand down or die.
Wow, you're so cool. Yeah, you don't need Sunday for casters. I do think he'll be a best in slot with Hyacine, but you can just use RMC plus Tribbie, which is actually the most common combo right now for her.
Miss, only this time, may death protect us.
RMC is actually like a godsend.
Be careful.
One slash. Two slashes. Three slashes are enough.
Who are you?
Who is best in slot healer right now? I'm pretty sure Ling Shaw. It's like Ling Shaw, and then Luocha and Gallagher are interchangeable, I think. If you're like really good at the game, I'm pretty sure Gallagher is better than Luocha. But if you're like kind of, clueless, Luocha would probably be better than Gallagher. Oh, wait. Um... Wovo's so bad for Castra, so sad. Is she really? I mean, I imagine it's because of the blast healing, if I had to guess, and having to use skill every turn, but I'm not completely sure on that. Yeah, I guess blast healing is pretty ass. Energy and attack buff is also completely useless. Wovo is like really counterintuitive. I probably should have added small Herda here.
In that case.
Can't be killed in a single blow. You are indeed no ordinary human.
Gold. Tribbie so good in Pure Fiction? I imagine she goes absolutely crazy in that. You know what I wish? I really do wish that Tribbie was not HP scaling for her own damage. Because I really, really would have liked to see like Robin plus Sunday plus like someone else with Tribbie. But she can't really take advantage of Robin all that much. That would have been insane, yeah. Because, like, I'm not gonna lie. If she wasn't max HP scaling and she could take advantage of attack, I would gladly run Hyper Carry Tribbie on my account. Like, very, very gladly. Also, like, you can imagine the synergy between, like, a main DPS plus Robin and Tribbie. And then, like, Tribbie is also getting the increased overall damage. She's doing over 1,000,000 a cycle. Like, it would have been kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, but that would make her worse for Castris, I guess. I don't really think so. If they instead
We return to Akama unharmed.
allowed her damage to be like attack scaling, like you'd still run her like full max HP. Like if she just had a mix of both, like Blade for example, you'd still be able to run her full max HP and still take advantage of the attack buffs from Robin.
Sorry. Please don't blame yourself. I feel. Lady Trienne, are you?
Especially because I have E1S1 Robin, right? Like I'm a little biased here because I have E1S1, and that extra 24% res pen with Tribbie, who also gives 24% res pen, would be pretty powerful. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say, in the future, we will probably get another Aglaya. By that I mean like an attack scaling Remembrance DPS or just attack scaling DPS that probably has Robin as like first or second best in slot.
I will accompany you. Please understand that Lady.
Anaxa isn't really like so good as guard. He's decent. I'd say he's around Jade level, but he isn't so good. However, his weakness implant is for sure pretty crazy because I believe he's bounce. And what this means is even if there's only one target on field, instead of it being AoE and only hitting the single target once, it will bounce multiple times. Meaning you can inflict 5 weaknesses on a single target in one turn. Like he takes one turn, he instantly gets 7 weaknesses on a single target.
Hello. Yes.
He also helps Herta, yeah, he helps Herta more when there's like lesser mobs on field because his attacks are bounce.
I come from Clinic.
No, I don't play Apex.
There's nothing to be sorry.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They should have really given him a new animation for like his second attack. I do think they will change that. I think it'll be another My Day situation where they upgrade or they just straight up give him another animation in like V3 or V4 because I don't like how it's literally just the same shit. What would you like Phenon's kit to be? I honestly don't know. Like, I don't really have any ideas. The only thing I'm really hoping for is that Phenon can use attack just fine so that I can slot my E1S1 Robin in a team. Like, I truly have zero clue what... Because I don't... Okay, this would be cringe, right? This would be cringe, but the other two physical destruction DPSs we have in the game are literally just counter. So, I'm going to be honest, I don't want Phenon to also be a counter. I hope they go a different route with Phenon. If I have E1 Jade, do I really need a Noxa for Herta though? My Jade pops off. I mean, it's V1 right now. So if we're talking about V1, probably not. But V3 is usually when these characters get their massive big game changes. So, you know, watch out for V3. If he's still not that much of an upgrade over Jade, then just skip, honestly. Unless you like him, obviously. Yeah, I really hope Phaedon isn't another counter physical destruction. Oh, I got 2 more pulls. Can I actually see my pity now? I think I'm at like 30 or 40. Should have updated. So I'm at 35, 36. I'm at 36 pity. V2 is usually wording changes. V3 is usually when they completely overwork a character's kit. like almost every time. If you think a character might look kind of underwhelming, V3 can literally completely change absolutely everything. And then V4 is once again usually either word changes or like Eidolon or Lycone buffs. And then same with V5. Like this is usually what they do. The biggest buffs usually throughout the versions will be inside V3. Tribbie was an exception to this. I believe Tribbie in V4 got the nerf for her like follow up spam, but then they did a hot fix and instantly gave her energy regen depending on how many mobs on field are hit. So Tribbie was a bit of an exception there, even though it was technically like only one change. It completely changed the way she played. Oh, there isn't. Oh, nice. I'm gonna be honest. My day really isn't all that much better Indigo. No, because my day at base is 100% weaker than Castris right now. Like it's not even like E0 as 0 my day versus E0 as 0 Castris. Castris is better in her best in slot team. And even though my day does technically have a free to play option, his signature is still like a 30 to 40% overall damage increase. Like it's completely different playing him without the signature. It would just be better to get Castris if I'm going to be honest than my day for most people. Because if you're going for the signature for my day, it's like, oh, all of a sudden, you'd also be able to get the signature for Castris. And, you know, Castris also gets a lot from her signature.
Black tide isn't Negador's core from the trial of strife. Lady Tribbie, as for me, speaking of, you must have...
Yeah, the autoplay for my day does suck. You know, it does make sense story-wise, but it is what it is. Yeah, we literally don't know shit about Cypher. I think she should be Hunt. Either Hunt or Nihility, but the leakers have kind of gone back a bit on Cypher being Nihility 100%, so either Hunt or Nihility. I mean, it's 100% possible person. She's currently like the number one suspect for it.
Trian?
What's wrong? Is there trouble at the Grove?
Yes, I sensed something. It was fleeting, but very strong. Feels like they're in some big trouble. Trian used the...
Can you see?
No,
Let's hope that it's just they will keep Trian.
Peggy.
Probably Hyacinth, Nessa,
Her limit.
and 3.3.
We want to say a proper
I will pray with.
thanks. It feels like... Time to head out to the...
I have a question. I want my day in Castris, but I'm unsure which account to pull them on. Day 1 account has Sunday in Luocha. Ult account has E2 Sunday in Robin, but no limited. I'm gonna be honest. It's equal parts. You can literally pull them on either one. Because E2 Sunday, I'm pretty sure... What does E2... Doesn't E2 Sunday only give, like, skill points? Castris' team is already skill point positive. So, like, E2 Sunday barely does anything. So... And then you'll also probably end up replacing that Luocha with a fucking... What's it called? Hyacinth, literally the next patch. So you could literally pull them on either account, whichever one you want. Harmony, Sunday, Eidolons, E2. Yeah. Oh, well, the damage dealt by the beatified increases by 30%. Does this work on Castris? His beatified isn't an attack buff, right? I'm pretty sure he has 0 attack buffs. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Probably the E2 S1 Sunday account.
Hair's really hot and heavy. Is it on? Is someone injured over there?
Yeah, E1 is 40% defense shred for the summon, and I believe 16% for the character. And since Castris' main damage output is a summon, obviously really nice.
Actually, I've examined them, and multiple individually disappeared.
No, we don't know anything about the upcoming healer, like kit-wise. All we know is that they're a remembrance healer. Wind as well. That's about it.
The culprit is.
As I expected. On the surface, these two are the mightiest warriors. Speak up, mighty. Tell us exactly what kind of foolishness you
Isn't the pink hair girl the new healer? Yeah. Wind healer after a Wind Air edition? Yeah. But I think the more, funny part is Wind Healer 2 patches after Wind Healer rerun.
Nothing. I was just imitating your usual response. I don't feel anything special from it. The ritual hasn't. I didn't forget. Then, you're what the Twilight's not dreaming of. Yet little do they know. What are you playing? I just felt like reciting Kremno and these lines. I know how to Don't compare your.
Feign on my day, feign on my day, feign on my day, feign on my day. By the way, I don't think Hyacine is going to have energy in her kit anymore, if I'm being honest. Because, like, even though my day can use energy, it isn't really that important to him. And, so, like, Castris doesn't use energy at all. So I'm starting to think she just won't have any energy regen. And instead, she'll just, like, give Max HP buffs. Like, if Castris did have normal energy, then it would have been different. I would have been like, yeah, very high chance. I see too many people fixating on Sundays, wasted on casting because it's... Oh, no, Kiwi, bro. Oh, my God. I've been sick of it. Like, since the Castris kit leaks came out, like, the actual reliable ones, and it was, like, a day before, everyone in my community post when I was talking about it, because I didn't make a video on it yet, were like, oh my god, his 20% energy buff is wasted. This means he's complete fucking trash with Castris. And I just kept telling them, like, no. That's literally, like, his weakest buff, man. Like, he literally gives, like, a shit ton of damage bonus to a summon. Like, and we're focusing on the 20% energy he gives on ults. Like, please get serious. Not to mention, if you really think about it, right? Because he's the only other character outside of Robin who can action advance the Dragon plus Memo Sprite, this indirectly makes her fill her ult bar significantly faster. Because both of them drain HP, I believe, or like Castris drains, and then the Dragon also like does whatever. So indirectly, he helps her energy bar more than like any other character in the game.
very well.
No, exactly. I literally said the same thing, Goes. I'm like, Sunday is one of the most universal supports in the game because he doesn't give any attack buffs. It's all like damage bonus, crits, E1 with the defense shred, like This man fits almost anywhere. 20% energy is one of his least important buffs. Like, I don't understand why people are like, oh my god, he's absolutely bricked with Castris, because not every single spec of his kit is fully best in slot with her. It's like, are we serious?
So, Lady Tribbie, we will have to pass.
Please understand that
Oh, are you serious? I am. Don't get all nervous. Then, because of and in return,
each opening of this
you don't know when it waits to
Hyacinth's traces are going to have speed and healing? Probably, considering you want to get her to 180.
so your first reaction is in fact
Are you pulling a Noxa? On my main account, probably, yeah.
I look forward
On my main account. Not on Rob. Rob has no need to go for a Noxa.
I win this round of escorting the bathers home.
How does one contender alone make a valid competition?
Offering a compliment or two wouldn't be the end of you,
How many turns is 180 speed? I'm not sure. I do think it's at minimum, like,
Is that your native?
isn't it 3? I'm not sure if it's enough for 4. I don't remember.
Likening you to a weak hyena. By the way, you have said completely wrong syllable.
Though we've been acquainted for some time, I have rarely heard you talk in the ancient tongue, Premno.
It's because I'm not exactly
Oh, I think it is.
listen and read just fine when it comes to writing.
I don't know if it's 4.
You can write?
No, it isn't. It isn't. It isn't. I don't think it is. Yeah, I don't think it is.
Speak as if you don't have a brain.
That was in jest. I understand.
I think it's like 2 or 3 in the first cycle.
And all your childhood.
Worry about yourself.
Well, it's because there isn't much to say.
Think of getting a Noxa if he gets buffed as well. I like the idea of him. Yeah, I think if they buff a Noxa's damage, he's a lot better. I think that's his only issue. I think his damage is just too low.
And in the trial,
I knew it.
yes. Blood red half-sun hung in the sky. Killed Cyrene.
Wait, is that how she's pronounced? Is it Cyrene?
A black
I always thought it was Cyrene.
eerie mask and a broken giant sword. I fought it in the trial. But even though I've been fighting, improving, and resolutely getting stronger all this time,
You were blinded by hatred and almost lost yourself in that trial.
that's right. And that's why I am truly.
You finally picked up some manners.
Does Castris want Tribbie or Sunday more if you could only get one? With Hyacinth Sunday, right now, probably Tribbie.
There is no word for it. But to answer your question, I saw Akuma in the trial. As well as my old comrade. Hephaestion.
I see.
The wind and the wild of the Perdicus was an act. Ptolemy was a real book.
This is the first time.
They died on the battle. Perdicus. Leonius.
Idonia.
Yes. They cornered us. The box is perfect. 20 dusks later, Ptolemy and his cavalry. Then
Hyacinth is one. Yeah, I know. Hyacinth is one patch after Casters.
he hid his condition from
Kremno and
Christian.
no need.
She'll probably be the first half if I had to guess as well. I think Hyacinth will be the first half, and then
Now I understand.
like Cypher or Phanon will be the second one.
Into the sea of souls to break following his demise against the dissent of many. Prateros in the instant of
If you take so you
I don't know. I have never
teacher of yours. Lady Tribbie, what's making you so
Why
flustered?
would Aventurine be useless? Probably preservation.
What's going on?
Fire preservation Don Hung.
It seems I was the one who exposed my vulnerabilities. Clio.
This man abducted
He wouldn't technically be useless, but
trial of the
probably power crept by a decent margin.
Why did you do that? Because I don't want to wait anymore. You want to run away from me. Age has moved. Can't you see that I'm hesitating?
Craterus. Do you truly believe you're worthy of entering
Don't know anything about Hyacine.
blaspheme against the prophecy?
Just that she's a healer. No ER. Don't know. Too far away.
You're a hypocrite. Silence. Are you defending this? Even if this so-called
Can't make Avin useless. He just isn't as good. I mean, it's basically the equivalent of making him useless. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you can make that same argument for Japard. Japard isn't useless. Avin is just better. But 99% of the player base still pulls for Avin instead and just doesn't use Japard at all. Because there's just way better sustain options in the game.
I'm listening.
It's gonna be the same thing.
We wish to earn.
How are you going to
You've heard Samuel ask for her.
a fair
Until then,
teacher? Forgive me. Ever since your father died, this obsession for it. You have a clear head. If you're truly capable, just as you did. Of fierce
That's not useless. I just don't want to use him.
expect such heroism.
I mean, if you want to take it to the literal definition, sure, he isn't useless. But to most people, he will be useless. Because there's just a new character who does his job way better, probably does more damage, considering Aventurine's damage isn't anything significant, so they'll probably buff that. Probably give some type of buff, better shields. Like, it just isn't difficult to make someone want to pull that. And then the second you pull that guy, you probably already have one of the new limited remembrance healers as well. You just never use Aventurine ever again. Like, that's kind of the issue. The second you get two sustains who are better than Aventurine, you're probably never going to touch Aventurine again. I'm very literal, yeah. Also, we have Mr. Rekka, who is a rumored 4-star abundance, who apparently is actually better than Luocha for my day. That was one of the main leaks a little bit ago, that Mr. Rekka would be better than Luocha for my day in terms of like pure healing. So that makes me quite scared for what Hyacine is going to offer if Luocha, the current best healer in the game, is getting beaten by 4-star Rekka.
Mama,
Oh,
I had a dream.
well, that sounds like a...
Yeah. Ocean wind.
What's wrong, Tribbie?
Because the mountain. Then there was a bed. Mama.
Yes, they call it the Black...
Might not even pull from lack of Jades, understandable. I think if he's like a best in slot for Phanon, I'd probably pull. Because it's 100% possible Phanon just doesn't use like a actual healer. And he's the one who maybe uses like a preservation.
Don't be silly.
Like, I've already thought about this before, but even though I really don't want Phanon to be a counterattacker, it is like pretty possible that, let's say they make a preservation who can actually control who receives the taunt, and then they can put that taunt on Phanon. Phanon has some type of special energy bar that is used whenever he counterattacks or gets hit, and then this allows him to get his ult up. Like, I don't know if they'll do something like that, but if he ends up being a counterattacker, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be basically confirmed in my head.
And you... I've
Good luck, person. I think I'm gonna pull for Phanon. I think there's a decent chance Phanon works fine with attack. So like, I'll probably use Robin, pull Saridra in 3.5 because that's apparently gonna be the next Remembrance support in the game. And then I just run Phanon with like some type of sustain. Probably, if I have the Jades for it, I do think Preservation would probably be his best in slot. If not, though, I'll gladly use my Gallagher or something. I'd very gladly do that.
I don't remember.
Let's line them up. Now, Treebios.
It's either the Preservation Dawn Hung. He either is best in slot with Heislands, or he's best in slot with what's it called? Phanon. It's probably gonna be one of the two. I don't know which one though.
Start rotating. Out of all your inventions, it's all right, my child. I'll sing along. Happiness abounded in this lush land by God's three carved the heavens.
Isn't Heislands dot? Yeah.
Three, they declared the world. Thus, you and I were created. With words and song. Thus, creation was. Oh, great carefully. With light of dawn converging into a boiling river that flows to the heroic airs. Oh, Yanis, please let me, or even black mist, as death and fate.
Rumors are rumors. I mean, Heislands being dot isn't rumors though, because the reason we know she's dot, even though she's so far away, is because she has I believe, a Divergent Universe buff, which increases physical dot and bleed. So that's why people know Heislands is dot. And I'm pretty sure bleed scales off of enemy HP, which means she'd probably be pretty future proof, I feel like. Oh, Ozzy? Oh, Saridra? Yeah. I mean, that's probably also likely, though. Because it makes sense. Phanon is rumored for 3.4 currently. And they'd probably want to release a best in slot support for Phanon to obviously make more money off of that. Because Phanon is going to be a really popular character. So one patch after it actually does make sense. I think they might be doing the same thing with Sunday. I think they might re-one Sunday one patch after in 3.3 for Castris. Let Dot be great again? Hopefully. Wait, I asked at the beginning of my stream if Tribbie ever popped up as playable. And people told me no. I was going to do it for luck on my polls. Is Lynx a fine option for Castris? Yeah, I don't know if Lynx can sustain. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think she can sustain that team. I actually saw a video where someone tried to use Bailu to sustain Castris, and they couldn't. Bailu got the entire team killed. So I think Lynx would probably be the exact same situation. Like, your entire team would probably just die. No, free to play. Castris' account buff is pretty ass. I don't think it's that important.
I'm just kidding. Do you want to talk about the dream itself? You mean it's dream, yeah. Even if we were frankness as much, perhaps. I believe souls will be once we head out now. We are ready, can choose how.
Compared with seeing,
But it'll feel sad.
it won't be long. What?
After all this talk, do you remember when
Well, my own please.
Castor Oil's account buff sucks, to be honest. No, it does, yeah. The only reason I don't want it to make it to live is because, like, if that makes it to live, then we're basically fucked for the future, because Phanon and Cyrene are 100% getting something better. That would be like more universal. And then it would just be like an endless road down the line.
Long time no see. Who are you? It's been a while. Oh. No way. I remember that glib. You could tell. Of course. That's not true. Could you please? Unfortunately, and a peculiar By the way, I got it from the sneak attack. I was right. Don't try.
No, they can't run sustainless, Karuko. They can't run sustainless. The problem, like the reason why Castrus's like revive isn't crazy is because you need to be healed or shielded in order to actually like get them out of that so-called like cocoon thingy. So in a sustainless team, they'd literally like technically be revived and then instantly die again.
You suggesting? Nonetheless, his mere presence. You know that I don't believe. You don't believe in the so. I just want to. Take a seat. I suppose I can tell you.
The actual issue becomes, right? Considering their pattern with power creeping characters, they'd obviously power creep global buffs in the future. So at some point, we'd probably get something like you don't need to heal or shield anyone. You just straight up get revive, or you might even get multiple revives, right? And that's when it becomes an issue because a big part of the RNG in sustainless teams is you usually have one or two characters die a little too early due to bad RNG, right? So if you can completely get rid of that RNG, then sustainless teams gain significantly more value.
He got back safe. Sorry for the same thing first. Since Yan is caught also. Yes. Saffron.
Also, this allows them to get sloppy with like creating characters. So like like this could happen, right? Where like in exchange, new characters we get don't power creep as much as the old ones. However, like we might get a new character who's complete ass but has an insanely broken global passive. And so you're pulling that character, you're not going to use them in any fucking teams at all, but you're still pulling them because they just have a broken ass passive that maybe one or two of your teams can take advantage of, right? Like it just makes them more money. That's why they want to make it.
Be on the lookout as we go.
Is a dead end ahead. Turn back, teacher.
What? Aggie?
I still wouldn't pull. I mean, maybe not you, but like depending on the buff, a lot of people would pull. Especially if it's like something like I said, where like global revive, where you just don't have to like heal or shield, like you just straight up get revives. A lot of people would pull for that. Whales would be eating for sure. Like whales would be the ones to benefit the most from everything. Are you supposed to be scary, my day? Like, I don't really get it. Maybe this is scary to little kids. I did used to be very easily scared when I was smaller.
Come on. This isn't the right time to be playing games.
Cut. Hey, man, a buff is a buff. Hey. Hey. Oh my god, it's understandable. 100% crit rate global buff? Imagine. I think it would be small things. I do think it would be something like 5% crit rate, maybe like 10-15% crit damage, like a small attack buff. I don't know. Like I don't think they'd be anything that crazy, but it's like when enough characters are released and you get enough of those passives going on your account, it could become pretty crazy. And then once enough characters are out with global passives, they'd start scaling the end game off of that by making it more difficult, which is, not exactly good for people who don't pull for those characters who have those passives. Yeah, the free revive still isn't bad though. Like maybe you're using a not so good sustain, right? Like let's say casters, right? Like, this is actually a good example. If like someone on your team dies or something and your sustain simply wasn't able to keep up to heal everyone, like you get that second chance, you just heal them, they're back in the game, right? So it is useful to an extent, but the second you pull Hyacine, it would probably be like pretty much useless for casters. Yeah, it's just a bit of a safety net. But I think it would have just straight up been better if it was like if Casters is in the team. Like that makes more sense. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know how I feel about it being a global buff. I think it just makes way more sense that if the character is in the team, this happens. Like Castris is probably at a fucking, I don't know, day spa or some shit, right? In the fucking hell, Thanatos, whatever the fuck, the River of Souls, and she's somehow reviving your entire team while they're like on a different planet. Like, are we serious?
Are you saying the Black Robe Sword Master is not just tied to the Black Tide, but is also...
I don't think people would be mad if it required Castris in the team. Because it literally takes up one of her traces, I'm pretty sure. Her Ascension trace. Like, I'm pretty sure it just completely takes it up. So, you are losing out on a potential, like, decent damage trace for Castris. And you're basically trading it for that one revive. Which, in my opinion, is fine. But, globally, like, you just don't need to have her on the team. That's pretty stupid. People want a character to be broken, but don't want a character to be broken. What? What do you mean? If it's not their favorite, it's okay if they're mid, and if it is and they want them to be peak of the meta. I mean, this doesn't apply to me, but like, yeah, I guess some people. I mean, that's no, that probably is a good portion, but like, I don't feel like that's everyone. No!
Tribbie? See you tomorrow.
Everyone doom posts until the character is too busted, then say it's pay to win. She's actually dead, by the way? Yeah, I imagine. I mean, the thing is, person, who do you think, like, who are you talking about? Like, when you're talking about everyone do post until a character is too busted, like, the only one I can really think of is Herda. But, like, people didn't even want Herda to be that busted. They just wanted Herda to be, like, as good as Aglaya. and then she ended up being like this crazy fucking free to play DPS.
We'll both say, everyone, we must take action. The other group will. I didn't get to tell you. I'll tell you the details as. Data
You can't use My Day as an example because My Day in V1 and V2 was literal shit. Like, he was getting outdone by Acheron, Firefly, Fei Xiao. Like, he just wasn't worth pulling on in the slightest. Fei Xiao?
I have no intention of fight. I have indeed planned to return.
Rainen will stay in the abyss.
Thank you, everyone.
I don't think Fei Xiao is broken.
We're back, Glide.
You should have come to me.
Like, at the time when they were shilling, like, hunt damage, sure. But, like, in this current endgame, we are seeing what happens the second they stop shilling the endgame.
Yes,
Regardless of whether you're right,
but it's
She was, not is. I mean, I really don't. I don't think it was that bad. I do think she was stronger than Acheron and Firefly for a time. But, like, nowadays, it's like...
fine. Is it Caspian?
Plus, back then, the MOC had, like, half the HP it does today. So, like, Acheron, Firefly, like, all those DPSs could still clear completely fine on her own MOC.
So, by the way, that short-sighted that's a drop liner.
of course.
I apologize. Is it
Because if we're all being honest, right? Like,
Of course.
Casterus can 2-cost 0-cycle her shield MOC. But the second it's not a shield MOC, she's obviously going to take longer cycles. Right? Like, this is basically the case for everyone. Like, My Day at E0S1 with a best-in-slot team could 0-cycle with a sustain in his own MOC as well. Like, like, as long as the endgame shills, characters always look stronger than they actually are. But, like, overall, Fei Xiao isn't really, like, all that much stronger than, like, the break characters or Acheron.
You must lead us back.
Good night, Koruko. Thanks for stopping by. Face those 0-cycles, Queen, though, you wouldn't care. I mean, the investment you need for that shit is absolutely disgusting, though. Like, I don't disagree, but, like, every single Fei Xiao 0-cycle is running, like, triple win set, if not, like, quad win set. And every single one is at insanely high speed thresholds. Not to mention that, like, they also have, like, crit damage plus the speed rolls as well at the same time. Like, the relic investment you need to hit that shit is absolutely disgusting. Or unless you have E1S1 Robin, right? Things change when you get, like, an E1 Robin. You get the S1 on her. Like, everything changes after that. But if we're not including E1 Robin, the relic investment is quite nasty. That's in hindsight, but we can't see that in the moment. Yeah, I could see that.
Have you heard the story of Geocles?
Yeah, Kokoro, yeah.
Let's have a chat. Artonis told me that back in ancient times, the mountain dwellers lived in
Like, Fei Xiao isn't bad by any means. Like, even my current, like, E0 S1 Fei Xiao with E0 S0 Robin and March 7th plus Avid against the, like, non-wind weak True Sting, like, she can't even really hit the bugs all that often. She still cleared in, like, 4 to 5 cycles, which is honestly good, right? But, not that crazy, not that crazy.
many vengeful Adonians were at war with their archenemies, the Companions. They used the mountain as a base to carry out guerrilla warfare operations. Geocles, who had taught himself the common tongue, approached a soldier.
Fei Xiao 6 cycles might be a skill issue, though. I doubt it's a skill issue, person. Because, like, my Fei Xiao, I was kind of, like, autopiloting on stream, and I could have hit 4. I think I probably just have better relic investment. My Fei Xiao's relic investment, almost every single piece has triple crit rolls. So, I doubt it's a skill issue. I think you just probably have worse relic investment or something. Yeah, there you go, person. There you go. There it is. Don't have the S1.
If you were in his shoes,
Lead my people on a resistance, perhaps. Not sure. I can't think of a solution that would make everyone happy.
solution that would make
In this critical moment, I just had to lose my 50-50 to Clara. Unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. Also lost my 50-50 to Himiko. It sucks, man.
They didn't do this to fight the companions. Under the cover of night,
Yeah, person. I really do wish this game copied from WoWA. I know they won't, because if they do copy from WoWA, they'll implement it in a new game instead of their current one. But WoWA's guaranteed weapon banner, while also giving like separate weapon banner polls, is like that would be a huge game changer for HSR right now, especially with these remembrance characters. Cause like every remembrance character is basically a different path. Like you can't use a Castris Lycone probably that well on a Hyacine, if we're all being honest, right? My Days Lycone probably wouldn't work all that well with Hyacine either. It's like
and enacted change with his own hands. He didn't try to make everyone. He started a great fire and burned the shackles of tradition to ash.
Aglaea's Lycone also wouldn't be anything crazy. Although the speed boost is nice, maybe for Hyacine, Hyacine will probably have a speed boost in her own Lycone anyways.
Listen well. If there comes a day,
Yeah, that as well, Buffalo, yeah.
remember to stab your sword into my back through my 10th thoracic vertebra.
You have my word.
Probably Jordan. That's what I did on my main account. I already have like a half decent Eagle set. I got a natural 4 with double crit yesterday on a headpiece, but unfortunately I only got 3 crit rolls on it. I know some of you might think that's like crazy, but I already have a 3 crit roll headpiece anyways, and it rolled into like better substats the last stat. So I might actually use a variable like device thingy in the future on that double crit headpiece for an Oxa. Because it all rolled into crit damage too, and an Oxa kind of wants crit rate. He already has a lot of crit damage.
I didn't think she'd manage this.
Also, another thing I want to mention, if you want to run fast Tribbie, she can also use Von Whack plus Eagle set. If you don't care about Tribbie's damage at all and you only care about her supportive capabilities, that is usually recommended.
They come to fight on their own accord. We're almost there.
Once we take back the core flame, rest.
I hope I can get Tribbie. Good luck, man. The only reason I am like willing to dump the
Finally. Pent in the memories of the dead. Executioner.
But yeah, the only reason I'm willing to dump this many pulls on this account is because Rob still has like 200 pulls dormant. Like chests, trotters, lordly trash cans, side quests, Divergent Universe, MOC, APOC, Pure Fiction, getting like the blessings and everything from Divergent Universe and Simulated Universe, world clears. Like there's a lot of shit Rob can still get. Golden Gears and Swarm Disaster as well.
I hope we're an end to strength.
Yeah, person. S1 DDD or S5 cogs for Tribbie for third team? Probably just S5 cogs. I'm pretty sure S1 DDD is only like 16% action advance. I don't know if that's really worth it over cogs.
May song bring us victory. Stars echo.
In the mood for another beating?
Um,
Long last. How embarrassing.
You didn't come down from the sky?
This city is mine anyway. So why shouldn't I go through the front door?
I've been playing this game for over a year and I just got my first DDD copy. Yeah. I spent 50 pulls on the Lancome banner on my main account and I didn't get a single DDD.
I hope we're in harmony and unity. It all together.
Are you hyped for Rice? Kinda. I don't know. I feel like the second I see the animations and design for characters, I lose most of my hype and I already start looking forward to like the future ones. So right now, now that we know everything Castros is gonna do and our animations and all that, now I'm more interested in what Hyacine is gonna do, and then after that, what Phanon is gonna do.
It won't be so easy next time. Stars echo.
What is Rice? It's just a short for casters.
Perhaps you skin animal feels its desire to control the heavens, and I'm the reason.
Heroic souls of strife, heed my call. I am the Lance of Fury. The agony this world needs. Witness this. The new god has come to Castro Kronos.
Can I be honest? That would have been way more sick as his old animation compared to what we got. Right? I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but that shit was absolutely badass. And yeah, I also appreciate the more cutscenes in this patch. Like that was genuinely fucking sick, man.
Professor enacts matters that just... That's not up to me. Don't worry. I don't...
Yeah, exactly. Like the second I started seeing him make a lance out of crystals, and then he fucking incapacitates his enemy and like some fucking shrine of shards, and then just throws that shit at them. Like that should have 100% been his ult.
It's alright. It was no better than... Yes, it's Crateros.
If you want this girl dead, you'll have to kill me. Better to die in battle than return even in glory. As a Kremnoan, I...
She's lost her divinity. But answer me this, child of strife. Why do you raise your shield for?
As the leader of the God Shield Brigade's elite, I protected the king against the black, pathetic killer like you could never. Good! Supreme glory shall be mine, as I end to come! Let us fight! For Kremnos! For my king!
I'm not gonna lie. Like for sure, that guy's logic is flawed, but honestly, he's a real one.
We foresaw this cruel parting 1,000 years ago. Today is but a reminder.
Lady Aglaya.
How is she alive? I don't think she is. I'm pretty. If you're talking about like they only killed one version of Tribios.
She looked like she really turned into a...
Like basically, the guy in the mask killed the old man and then probably killed like finished off this version.
Used up her borrowed time from Yanis. That's all. Her spirit is now riding. If a world like that truly exists, that means everyone can...
It exists, Hyacinth. Do you not remember? It loves all of its creations dearly, and would never beg.
Yeah, I mean I don't mind High Seed's design to be honest.
Kremnoan veterans.
I'm pretty sure she either has a unicorn or a Pegasus if I remember.
I had to use the Sky Priest's techniques to help him to walk again.
Oh, they basically say she's alive but not really though. Oh, so there's a good chance she actually gets revived by the end of this. Oh, okay. Yep, sounds about right.
The parting hour is upon us.
Wait, wouldn't it be possible that if the other version lives, we end up getting Tribios? Like, I don't know if they'd make her limited again, like another limited, but
Please take this opportunity.
I'm pretty sure the only reason in the first place she turned herself into like kids is because she was like trying to relay the prophecy to like all over the place or some shit like that. I don't remember what it was. So she could literally like just change back, probably.
It's...
You could say this. I do not see
Yes.
a rash decision. I do the Chrysos air, but this.
We don't return the core flames to the vortex of Genesis, and we leave it with the most pressing issue.
Finan, Castress, not only the chosen few has as yet.
She's gonna pop back up like Ting Yun? Yeah. I genuinely think it's like a possibility. We end up getting like Tribios maybe like further down the line as another limited, in which she'd probably be a DPS, which would be kind of funny. I don't think she'd be dual support. I mean, maybe.
Priest Gerva, this isn't about me, mighty Mos. Power of strife is stirring a tempest within me as we speak.
Patiently waiting for mem reveal as the Eon of Destruction. That'd be a crazy one. Wait,
Realize the aspirations of every former king of Kremna.
he isn't dead?
And now, can it last?
Wasn't this the guy that was like protecting the other Tribbie?
Glory of Kremnos.
Unfortunately, I harbor no such desire.
Bro, I need to watch a video on the story after I finish all this. Because it makes no fucking sense how this guy survived that mask guy.
Our history through the lens of my
Executioner is slacking on his job. No, I'm saying, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, how is he alive?
the city and the beliefs of
Oh, my day found him. Or he 100% didn't leave. Like, he was doing an entire, like, speech on why he wouldn't back down from him in order to protect the other, like, Tribbie version.
convey my message to everyone.
Do not do this, mighty Mos. I beg you.
Our history commenced in the year 2506 of the light calendar, concluded in the year 4931.
I'm saying Reaver left. I don't think he left. Like, I'm pretty sure the last words he said in the thing was like they were about to fight. He's like, yo, you're kind of stupid. Like, you're just gonna die real quick. So say something before I kill you. Like, that's literally what he said.
My mother's signet were taken. No longer need a cruel fate yet.
Why task
Didn't people theorize that Mem is actually Cyrene at some point? Yeah.
all this to them yourself?
Is the story still bad? Oh, no, because I'm just kind of skipping over it while reading chat. But I don't think it's as bad as the last patch. Significantly less puzzles so far. Like, less black screens, white text. And a lot more cutscenes, I'm pretty sure, as well.
The place where I have the madness that is it's now my turn. There are some people to meet with before I leave. Let's go.
I wish I could get rid of this exclamation mark. It's really annoying. No, they didn't fix it yet. Home press. Don Hung still doesn't have any audio in his voice lines. I'm sure the other people don't as well, the ones who are on strike. Can I judge? Thank you.
It seems that you are prepared.
3.0 isn't that bad compared to Panagonii for me.
Not everything you are ready to
I mean, it is that bad, I'm not gonna lie.
is it?
The only patch that was anywhere near as long as Amphorius 3.0 was, I believe, 2.2. The 2.2 patch is like
Despite
7-8 hours.
you shall have your final bath in warm and radiant gold. What's the reason?
Like, the combined length of 2.0 and 2.1 for Panagonii does not add up to even like 2.2 at all.
If I were to be terrible,
You speak farewell, mighty.
I mean, one thing you guys have to keep in mind, right? This is going to be the longest, like, stretch for a planet in the game. Like, Amphorius is lasting all the way up till 3.7. And then in 4.x is when we'll get the next planet. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I was a lot more critical on, like, 3.0 being that long. Because it's like, they could have just given us a lot of this information sprinkled throughout the 8 patches of Amphorius instead of just fucking throwing it at us in 3.0.
Are you thinking of that? Now that I bear that with this departure, you have my gratitude. Yes.
Take us back to the space station. uh Started a new ult last night because I was getting too focused on pulling all the upcoming characters. Got a 2-pity Tribbie, but decided to dump it because I put too much work into my current ult.
Rarely take photos.
What?
But this one, it's pretty good.
Oh, you don't want to do the story? And you already have, like, other ults anyways? Wow, I wish I could get a 2-pity Tribbie, man. I wish I could get that. I can imagine restarting this game. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Even when I speed ran it and was no lifing it, it took me like what? It took me like 5 or 6 days, I think.
Prepare your humanity has all in your good.
You've always right.
No need.
You've been.
I'm heading back to
Oh,
on second.
I'm all ears.
Tell them that there is no longer.
Two. Can't even remember most of the story. One dude had a, yeah, it's like too long. This is like the only thing I'd actually want like account managers for, like similar to like Pokey, is literally just the story. Having to do it again on both accounts every single patch is not fun.
Hey, don't see those kids over there? They're the ones who brought everyone together. Were you seriously?
Well,
Oh? We better not leave.
the road to Castrum Kremnos, perhaps it.
Anyone else think this planet's theme being Greek is disappointing considering that this is a space game and it could have been literally anything else? Me personally, no. Greek mythology and like all that stuff is like one of my favorite like things ever. And I actually think it makes sense cuz like every planet is unique in its own way. Like, I'm pretty sure... Oh, wait. I actually probably shouldn't say this because it's technically story spoilers. But basically, I already know, like, what they're doing for the next planet. And it's just also based on, like, something in the real world. Like, kind of like that.
I'm thinking maybe it's about time the god of strife gets a new name. How about the god of solidarity or preservation? Donghang.
Yeah, Celestial. That is the biggest issue. Like, every time there are cutscenes, it's complete peak. But, like, outside of that, it's just, like, 2 characters standing still, text, facial expressions. Like, it's not really interesting, you know what I'm saying?
You sound, but you're not off.
I can see through your deception, even without the power of mind reading.
Well, with that said,
No need to. This triumph brings no delight. Or does it seem?
Indeed. In the end, I still haven't unraveled the mystery. Maybe I've never managed to.
I'm curious how Phenon's day and night cycle is gonna work.
Pain may be cured, but scars remain. Can you genuinely let go of
Because he does have that sun tattoo. Or, like, not really a tattoo, but mark on his neck. So, it basically confirms it.
look forward? Chew up and
Day and night cycle? Yeah.
sure
There was a leak a little bit ago. Phenon's kit will revolve around a day and night cycle.
remember that there is a whole.
Keep that in mind.
What cutscene was actually peak?
I have a final
Acheron, I think, destroying the dream in Penacony.
in my absence.
That's probably the number one I remember, like the one I remember the most.
Assimilating into Akuma.
Do not worry. And while I'm at it,
But if there's a chance in
Yeah, Dill's as well, yeah. I'd say Dill and Acheron's are probably like the most,
my way,
prevalent.
remember to stay alive.
Yeah, the recent My Day one is also really good. But I'm not really counting that because it just happened.
may triumph always be yours, Minos.
Oh, right. One last question.
Go ahead. Better not leave any regrets behind.
Are you the one who told Cartonis about the signet ring?
Well, who knows?
Oh.
Get up, my son. Yes, Mother. Mother. There's some. What is it, Midamus? Why must we learn? It is for glory and honor, my son. Is that what makes you say so?
Because
You're right, Midamus. I once believed those words, without question. It was at that moment I realized how everything I believed in was utterly hollow. I no longer put my faith in that of your mother, Midamus. Your guardian.
that dream always ends there.
Does this guy always have nightmares?
The journey back to Castro Crateros said that shortly after my fall into the sea, my mother challenged my father to a duel.
Oh, damn.
She died through father's treachery, yet each night she would show up, waiting by the flickering But now, I think I finally come to understand. And now, I too.
Oh, it's my day.
It's time for this journey to reach its
Are you serious? I have to walk 300 meters for dramatic effect?
Look! Midamus is back!
We've got fresh pomegranate juice. Want to try some?
I mean, probably Celestial.
Say, come and check out what I just wrote.
The main, like, goal in most of these, like especially in Honkai Star Rail, like, for every planet we go to, it's usually, like, some dictating ruler or some evil god, and the people just want peace and freedom. Anyone else notice how, like, even though he sat on that throne, there was, like, nothing in the room at all? Like, what does he do? Does he just sit on that throne looking at the empty space around him for, like, hours and hours on end? Like, low-key, that looks boring as shit. Kratos wannabe? Yeah, kinda. It's like a mix of Kratos and fucking Gilgamesh.
I smell sunlight and the wind of Akuma. This was your favorite spot, wasn't it, Trian? Lady Trian, why did it have to end up like this? Take it easy, Cass. Depart. When we started our journey, Yanis had already provided their prophecy. It's only natural for us to follow
The way he sits on the chair, oh yeah.
inherited their
Wait,
destiny.
someone actually died? Yeah, Try Ann, one of the, like, Tribbies. Or Tribbioses.
Are you still willing to unveil that past for us?
What do you seek to learn, Snowy?
Try Ann reappearing at the end of Emporius? Possibly.
Set up the city to face his own. That is the fate of every demigod. We will all eventually let go of our past to follow. So, what I want to know is, as Amphorius's first demigod, what compelled you and what has sustained you to make it this far without looking back? Despite the fracturing of your body and numerous departures you have endured.
All right.
Teacher, are you?
D is already doing what he has to do. What reason do we
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, usually very unimportant characters are the ones who die. Any, like, semi-important characters usually never die, I'm pretty sure.
see how it used?
Is there a limited character in this game that has died? I'm not, like, does anyone know, like, the actual thing on that?
That's great. Thank you. Trinan, would you mind?
No? No? Yeah. There you go.
I want to stay here with Trian.
I see.
If anything, this might imply that the reason they made Tribbie the, like, limited character, like, the main face for it, is that these two will die. Like, this one will die as well. And then Tribbie might be the only one alive in the end. Something like that.
Why was that? I prefer to remain here to accompany Lady Trian. What's this? A little gift that. Oh. Yes. Cass. Then what? It's just that Trian had she forgot that this glass object. I'm sorry, Lady Tribbie. Should I? No need to apologize, Cass. At that time, I simply didn't want her to be trapped by our. But now,
All shall bid farewell to what while you and I have long accepted
Yeah, there is a chance that they just bring her back.
the weight.
Like, at the end of Amphorius, like, she somehow gains, like, all her personalities and power back.
all before the gates of
And then she turns into Tribbios at the end.
they will eventually
I literally would not be surprised at all.
Janice.
Oh,
At this point, Yanisopolis still resides under Aquila's protection.
How many black screens was there? I just wasn't paying attention.
Yes.
I've been, like, autopiloting and blacking out. But yeah, I just don't remember.
why does she look
It's.
All I'm doing is reading chat and skipping.
Please don't. It's time.
Not many, though, yeah. I don't think it was that many compared to, like, the last patch.
You're here, Orin. This is our memory. So you're sent.
False prophecy, huh? So you still think
But the black tide has already arrived, and Yanis remains in slumber. If even the god of passages, known those their family taken from them? And how can I alone remain safe and secure while watching
Galagoat lives on then? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Imagine we get 5-star Gallagher, guys. The 5-star preservation all along was actually Gallagher. And he's here to power creep Ling Shaw for revenge. Yeah, I think this is the voice of adult Tribbie.
She just mentioned.
It's our mother. She fell from this spot into the valley a long time ago. It was during a grand ceremony held to seek Yanis's guidance.
Let's go, hell yeah. Yup.
Turn. It was Kefali who responded instead.
Did something go wrong with the ceremony?
Yes, but those two occurrences were in fact unrelated. Kefali on that frosty night with... Let's keep up with her.
That thing ahead.
It's the altar of Talantin.
Alright.
That's not our
I think I need to do like 2 polls to hit 40 pity or like 35 pity mark or something like that. So I'm at 36. So I need 4 polls. So I have enough. Alright. Let's do 4 polls real quick. Wait. Oh my god, please. 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 This is so early. Please. 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 Oh my god, man. Like, how does this account already have 3 50-50 losses? How is that even possible? Oh my god. Fuck. Now I'm gonna have to go to soft pity to get her again, man. Oh my god. Fuck me. It took me 100 pulls for E0. It's now gonna take me like 120, 130 for E1. No, guys, I'm going for E1 Tribbie. I'm not using it for Castris. So fucking stupid, man. Like, I would literally rather not get it early and instead go to pity and win the 50-50. It's so frustrating. Yeah, it's Rob. So stupid, man. Thank you. If I got E1 Tribbie right there, I would have been able to get probably Casters with Eidolons and like guarantee Fane on. That would have been so much better. Is it? Oh, it just turned 3. Nice. They did see it was going too well, man. I think I could do like 1 more poll. Come on. Get it early again somehow, some way. Nope. Oh my goodness. It's whatever. Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna end stream here. I was already planning to end it even before that, but now my energy is even fucking worse. Um, yeah, I'm probably gonna do more of this off stream. I have to do dailies on both accounts as well. So, yeah, hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good night. Peace.